Hello. In this video, we're going to talk about or actually go through a calibration, basic calibration for an imperiometric Clark-Cell dissolved oxygen electrode. Here's an example of the type of electrode I'm talking about. This one happens to be an SE706 with a membrane cap on it. So again, this is not a luminescent dissolved oxygen. This is a imperiometric Clark-Cell design. You also notice that it's installed in a calibration beaker with a little bit of tap water in the bottom. I'll talk about why we do that. Well, matter of fact, the reason we do that is that when we go into the calibration, we want to make sure that it's in a 100% relative humidity environment. And by putting it in this cap or in this beaker with a little bit of liquid without the sensor membrane touching the liquid, after about 15-20 minutes, you can be assured that it's in 100% relative humidity environment. The other thing to keep in mind when you go to do a calibration of an imperiometric Clark-Cell design is that the sensor has to be polarized. And what that basically means is that you want to have it connected to a power source, like a transmitter maybe in the shop, or also a Portavo. And what we recommend is that if you're going to do calibrations, connect the sensor the night before to either your bench-mounted transmitter or your Portavo. Let it remain powered overnight so the next morning when you come in, it is fully polarized and you won't see any sensor drift or measurement drift once you do your calibration and take it to the field to be put into the measurement application. So let's go ahead and get into the calibration. Now this is a Stratus Multi that we're doing the calibration on. You'll notice this is a dual channel version. We've got pH here on the one side. We have dissolved oxygen on the other, which is sensor 1. I go into menu and you'll see here that I've got calibration as my first choice. And then I need to tell it which channel. In this case, I want oxygen, MemoSense oxygen for channel 1 or sensor 1. And I'm going to do an air calibration. All right, it's in the calibration beaker. So I want to go ahead and hit proceed. As I said, I've already got it in a 100% relative humidity environment. So I want to leave it like that. So I'm going to leave it at 100%. And also I've already programmed in the calibration pressure, which is the actual air pressure here in the shop. So what I did is I actually connected the DO probe to the Portavo, which has a pressure measurement device. I got the measurement value off of that. You can also go onto a weather app for your location and it'll tell you what your air pressure is as well. So once you've accomplished that, you hit proceed. Now, a couple of important things. While this goes through the calibration, which will take about 60 seconds, actually it should take exactly 60 seconds, is that once you're finished with the calibration, that calibration information, of course, is saved in the head of the electrode. So now I'll be able to carry that out to the field and do a hot swap with the sensor that's already out there. Now, keeping in mind, ideally, you want to connect it to a Portavo if it's going to be disconnected or if it's going to take you more than 5 minutes to get out to the field. So what you'll be doing is ensuring the polarization is good. So you get out to the field, go ahead and do your quick disconnect, and then bring the other DO probe back and do PM, which is a separate video that you can go to learn how to do a membrane replacement. So we've got about 3 seconds left and this is looking really good. So we've got our smiley face, our cal mode was automatic in air, our 0 point, our slope, date, and now I want to adjust. So if I hit calibrate, it's going to put me back into calibration mode. Once you do the calibration, like in this case, we want to adjust. So now what I'm doing is I'm putting that calibration adjustment into the electrode. I hit close and it asks me, is the system ready to measure? I'm just going to say yes, and then you'll see this clear from hold and it's back online. So hopefully this is good information. This is a basic air calibration. This does not take into account if you've got applications that are elevated pressure. This would be for applications where it's an immersion type or an ambient pressure in a pipe. So hopefully you'll join us again for the next video. Thank you.